So there's been about a week or so of anti-ICE protests happening in Portland, Oregon. And I have some video of that here for you. And what Trump decided to do, of course, is say, oh, are you guys opposed to what my government is doing and you're peacefully in the streets and trying to fix it? Well, what if I now invade you? And so just like he did it with Washington, D.C., just like he did it with Los Angeles, just like he wants to do it with Memphis and Chicago, he's now greenlit the exact same thing for Portland. So let me first play this video for you, and then we'll discuss more. Here we go.
Yeah, Terrell and Tani, that's exactly right. We're at the intersection of 25th and Harvard here in Broadview. What you're taking a live look at right now is essentially a standoff between these federal immigration agents and demonstrators who've been here since 5 o'clock in the morning. Really quickly, just to paint you a picture as to what's happened, these demonstrators were farther down this road right here, but have essentially been pushed back by federal agents. These agents have deployed a series of chemical agents to essentially push back the demonstrators to where they are right now, obviously leading to very tense moments today.
I believe that we will win!
Tensions spike as anti-ICE demonstrators come face-to-face with federal agents. Heated protesters try to block a federal immigration SUV as they hit the hood and yell at the driver, trying to reach the Broadview ICE processing facility. The SUV not stopping as emotions among demonstrators reach a boiling point after weeks of protests here.
This is not the type of action our law enforcement agencies, whether local or federal, should be conducting on U.S. soil.
Army veteran Roger Lonergan has demonstrated here for weeks. Lonergan says he's serving his country once again, not in the military, but alongside these protesters.
Now, I want you to take note, by the way. Look at all the protesters. They're unarmed. They have posters. Some of them are former military people saying, I'm here to stand up for democracy. You have all these people doing it the right way. The right way. And what does ICE do in response? ICE assaults them.
This is really what standing up for democracy looks like. It's not always putting on uniforms and going overseas.
Near the intersection of South 25th Avenue and Harvard, demonstrators could be seen gathering down the street near gates leading to the Broadview facility. At some point, a chemical gas was deployed among the crowd to disperse the protesters.
Yeah, so who's being violent? If you have the ICE agents are the ones who are deploying smoke grenades for seemingly no reason whatsoever, because it's a bunch of people holding posters.
There are people that know they're there, that want to fight for due process, and that think this is wrong, and a lot of illegal actions and unknown conditions inside.
Federal agents installed tall gates on Beach Street to block demonstrators from reaching the entrance.
Can we also just point out, like, how they're such fucking bitches? Can we also just point that out? Like, they literally can't tolerate any fucking dissent. God forbid 100 people show up at the ICE building holding signs and waving flags. They have a total fucking meltdown, and they're like, we got to build a border. We got to put barbed wire fence up. Like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this?
Today's demonstration comes 1 week after protesters and federal agents clashed, literally right outside the immigration facility. We spoke with one Berwyn woman here in support of local and federal law enforcement.
Like the flag that's half an American flag and half a Mexican flag. I think that's appropriate, but I also think that people should be following the rules. And if that's the immigration rules, that's what it is.
Oh my God, Doris. It's always amazing to me when somebody who clearly doesn't follow this shit or know the first thing about what's happening has a thought, has an opinion. I think I figured this out. Gosh golly. Or how about you fucking haven't? How about you haven't? Because the people they're going after are here legally. The people they're going after are oftentimes have been here for decades, and they're working hard and paying their taxes and looking after their family, and they've harmed nobody. They've committed no fucking crimes whatsoever. They've literally locked up U.S. citizens for like a week. And this is the reaction. Well, you gotta follow the rules. They fucking changed the rules. They made up new rules. They're covering their faces. They're the ones not following the rules. They're standing outside of immigration courtrooms, and even when the judge says, you're free to go and free to stay, they round up that immigrant and ruin their life and rip apart the family. They're the ones breaking the rules.
No, back here live in Broadview, while that package was airing, there was a red federal immigration SUV that just pulled into this driveway right here. These demonstrators surrounded it, yelling expletives. They've also been yelling at local law enforcement here as well this morning. Now, we did reach out to ICE officials for comment on what's happening right now, but we just have not yet heard back. We also know that one person was detained, one demonstrator was arrested during this protest earlier this morning.
All right, so Trump looks at what's going on in Portland. God forbid you have like 100 protesters who are doing the right thing and standing up to ICE Gestapo thugs who are ruining people's lives. Trump says, ready? At the request of Secretary of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem, I am directing Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, to provide all necessary troops to protect war-ravaged Portland. and war-ravaged Portland and any of our ICE facilities under siege from attack by Antifa and other domestic terrorists. I am also authorizing full force if necessary. Thank you for your attention to this matter. If you don't quite understand what he's saying here, let me put it in layman's terms. I'm allowing the military to shoot and kill protesters, anti-ICE protesters. You're allowed to use full force. Now, I just showed you. They all had fucking posters, and one of them was a military veteran that they talked to, and he said, I'm here because I care about democracy, I care about the Constitution, I care about this country. And he just said, open fire when ready, baby. If necessary. Well, gee, I wonder if they were to shoot and kill somebody, I wonder if Trump would say, I don't think that was necessary. Of course he'd fucking back them. Of course. We're led by a fat 80-year-old King Joffrey. That's what you need to understand. Motherfucker said war-ravaged Portland. My favorite part about that is as soon as Trump released this, some people posted this live stream feed of the ICE facility where people were protesting, and it was like the middle of the day, the sky was bright blue, it was gorgeous, sunny outside, and they panned the camera, and there's literally not a single fucking person in sight. Right? First of all, even at the strongest moments of protest, what was it, 100, 200 people out there? Something like that, right? Oh my God, send in the military, start shooting people. We are war-ravaged in Portland. The fuck are you, who are you kidding? Guys, there's got to be some accountability for redlining your rhetoric 24/7. That's what they do. Everything is fucking redlining. Just the other day, I'm sure you guys saw this, but Stephen Miller said some shit, and you had the Gavin Newsom press office responded and said, Stephen Miller's a fascist. And then Stephen Miller quote tweeted that and said, why do you think they said this? And then the Gavin Newsom press office replies and says, because you're a fascist. And you had all these fucking clowns, these children, these idiots on the right going, this is incitement to violence. This counts as terrorism. It's terrorism. Cut to 748 tweets of Stephen Miller calling his political opponents fascists. Cut to Donald Trump calling his political opponents fascists, and oftentimes worse, vermin, poisoning the blood of our country, etc., 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 right? Point to every single Republican who was whining and crying and bitching and moaning and calling it terrorism and incitement to violence because Gavin Newsom's press office called Stephen Miller a fascist. They all have tweets calling all sorts of Democrats fascists. Their brains don't function. They don't have the thing that allows them to acknowledge their own hypocrisy. They cannot be self-critical in any way, shape, or form, so they look like total fucking idiots when they say, you're guilty of incitement when you call us fascists, but when we call you fascists, we're allowed to do it and there's no problem whatsoever. And by the way, let's be clear, the difference is we're correct when we call you fascists. You are wrong when you call us fascists. Factually speaking. You're actually fascists. We are not. That's the difference. So we're both correct on the substance and not inciting any violence. We're just calling a spade a spade. But this is where we are. The biggest fucking little pussy ass bitches in the world, right? Running our government like a mafia pay to play scam club. And now it's by the time Trump's out of office, at this rate, by the time he's out of office, he will have invaded every major blue city in the country. And we're supposed to sit here and act like this is normal, like this is acceptable, like this is a guy who should be president of the United States of America. This is fucking absurd. This is absurd. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.